Houston, say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Hey there folks, welcome you all to a bit of a flashback, The Lord of the Rings, War in the North. Let's crack straight in. Adored this game when it first came out. Played it on 360 and, well, I didn't actually finish it on PS3, which is where we are now. But I did finish it several times on the 360. So, do we want to calibrate the screen? I think probably... okay, sure, why not? Adjust the slider until the symbol in the black box is barely visible. Yeah, I think we're alright with that, thanks. And my screen has been calibrated for optimal viewing, we'll all be pleased to know. Thank you. Marvellous. Okay, so this game is based around 3 characters, obviously of the 3 types you would expect. An elf, and a dwarf, and a Dunedain ranger. So you've basically got an Aragorn, who's called Eredan, and Andriel, who's your Gandalf character, and Badin, who's a dwarf. And I'm trying to think. I think I played it originally as Eredan. Should really have had a thought as to which. We're on normal, aren't we? Yeah. Alright, let's go with Eredan. We'll go with the Ranger. Go with what I'm most comfortable with most of the time. There's a 3-player multiplayer this, if you wanted to play it with other people. Online and, I think, possibly split screen as well. So, you're about to launch the game, are you sure? Yes. It didn't give me an option. Oh, hang on a minute. Yes, new game, it says at the top left. Thank you, yep. I remember thinking how gorgeous this game was when it appeared, well, on the 360 when I played it first. And how beautifully they'd done the... Well, it's from Warner Brothers, so they had access to all the Lord of the Rings stuff. It is associated with the movies as opposed to the books. And there are characters that pitch up from the movies in this. This is basically set in parallel to the Lord of the Rings story, and this is all supposedly happening in the north, just as a separate battle and a separate quest with separate characters.
Of the Great War of the Ring, many songs have been sung and many tales told. The names of heroes like Gandalf the Grey, Aragorn the King, and Frodo the Ringbearer are greatly revered, and rightly so. Yet Sauron's grasp stretched much further than the lands of Gondor and Rohan alone. And his forces might have done great evil in the north of Middle-earth, had a handful of heroes not stood in his path. Their stories, too, deserve to be told. Pay heed now to one such tale, which begins here in the town of Bree, just a few short days before Frodo arrived on his quest.
Aragorn. Eredan. Well met. And in company with Andriel of Rivendell and Farin of Erebor. An unlikely trio to find walking through the doors of the Prancing Pony. You were at Sarn Ford last I knew. Do you bear news from Halbarad?
Yes. Grim news.
I feared it would be so. Quickly, tell me what has happened, but keep your voices low. There are unfriendly ears, even here in Bree.
3 days passed. The guard at Sarn Ford was attacked by 9 Black Riders.
Stand fast, Rangers!
We were overwhelmed, and the enemy passed into the Shire.
This is worse than I imagined. I know these riders. It is from Mordor they come. Our folk could not hope to stand against the 9 together. How bad were our losses?
Very bad. We tried to resist them, but they were surrounded by an aura of unnatural dread.
There is more you should know. After the rout, one of the Black Riders met with an ally, a man of great malice and power.
As our master commanded, I have stirred up the orcs of the mountains. Even now I have a force gathering amid the ruins of Old Fornost.
Return at once and prepare your forces. We will have need of them soon.
My orcs will be ready. These lands have known peace for too long. They will soon feel the Dark Lord's wrath.
If this Agendaur has a force at Fornost, then our position grows all the more desperate.
But why all this force against the peaceful halflings? It can't be the enemy sees them as a threat.
I will say this much. There is a hobbit of the Shire who should be coming this way with a great burden. If it falls into the hands of the enemy, it will mean doom for us all. Now this hobbit is adrift on the road with enemies all around. I must find him before they do. And I need you to help me keep him safe.
You are my chieftain. I will gladly do whatever you command.
I'm a part of this now as well.
Then we three are of one mind. How can we aid you?
We must reduce the threat from the enemies gathered at Fornost. Travel there and do whatever you can to keep the enemy's eye turned towards you and away from the Shire.
Perhaps we will have help in this task. Eladan and Elrohir were in the north when last I heard. Any gathering of the enemy is certain to attract their attention.
Good. You could find no better allies than the sons of Elrond half-elven.
I hope we meet. But with or without help, the enemy will be kept busy. We'll make sure of that.
Marvellous. And they did make it a proper little half RPG, really. I mean, it's almost like a hybrid of a looter and an RPG, because you do get these areas to be able to talk to people, and I don't recall what we can say to Aragorn after that.
I have a few questions, if I may.
Here we go.
Shh. Here in Bree, there is no Aragorn. Only Strider the Ranger.
Yes, Strider it is. But what will you do now?
I will continue the search for the hobbit I spoke of. I've already scoured the road between here and the Shire, but found no trace of him. I fear he may have left the road, perhaps to escape pursuit. My hope now is that he will make his way here to Bree, the only safe haven for many miles. But if he does not appear soon, I will take to the road again in search of him. Should the enemy at Fornost join in the hunt, well, you understand just how grim our chances will become. I need you to prevent that. Go to Fornost. Take the fight to them.
And we will.
We will do all we can. Farewell.
Okay. Can't remember what benefits there are of talking to some of these fine folk.
What have we here? A stranger in town. A stranger's just what I'm looking for. Interested in a little harmless pastime? It's time to make some money from it.
So, what sort of pastime?
What sort of pastime did you have in mind?
Why, nothing more than a simple game of riddles is all. I love a good game of riddles. But everyone in town has already heard all I know. I reckon I could stump you, though.
I'll leave it for
I must
now,
be
thank
going.
you.
Welcome to Bree. You're a stranger around here. May I ask you a few questions?
What sort of questions?
We hear a lot of talk from travelers these days. Most of them speak of war and of a growing shadow in the east. The townsfolk just dismiss this. Say it's far away and doesn't concern us. But I'm not so sure. You've traveled, maybe seen a few things. What's your opinion? Should we be worried?
There is much to worry about, and the danger is not far off.
I was afraid of that. If only I could convince others. But until then, I will have to take action on my own.
What's your plan?
What do you intend to do?
I'd like to arrange for arming the town. We'll need more than pitchforks if we're forced to defend ourselves. I tried to convince a dwarven merchant to bring us weapons, but he refused.
But why would he refuse?
He seems convinced there's no market for weapons in this town, and said it wouldn't be worth his time.
Perhaps I should talk to him.
It's worth a try. His name is Grof. He's selling his wares from a market stall down the street. You might still find him there.
I will let you know what he has to say.
New quest. Forewarned is forearmed. Cannot put me sword away. Doesn't look like it, does it?
Bree is a pleasant enough place, but the people here mistrust my kind.
Hello, Master. A ranger by your looks, I'd say. Well, all are welcome here, as long as they mean no harm. Some of the locals may not take to your kind, but don't let that bother you none. Folks around here are suspicious of those they don't know. What can I do for you, then?
What news have you heard lately?
Lately, the talk's mostly about trouble away to the south. Seems like there may be war or some other calamity brewing down there. Folks have been coming up the Greenway, or the old road from the south, looking for a place to find some peace.
Tall fella, pointy hat.
Are they settling here in the Bree lands?
Well, no. It's not that we aren't sympathetic to their troubles. It's just that Bree belongs to Bree folk. We can't take in a lot of outsiders. And the truth is, I don't like the look of a lot of these newcomers. Some of them have mischief on their minds.
I may have need of a few things before I leave town. Where should I look?
Well, we have stores and shops here in town, but I suspect most of them wouldn't suit your needs. You might try Adalgar Oldbank's shop. He's got a collection of unusual items which might interest you. It's right across the street from here, on the corner. If it's repairs you need, try Elmund Brushwood, our blacksmith. His smithy is just across the street, there on the corner.
What news have you heard lately?
Lately, the talk's mostly about trouble away to the
Oh, we've already done that one, people.
Seems like there may be war or some other calamity brewing down there.
Tell me about your inn.
The Prancing pony's been in my family for generations. I can't rightly say how long, it goes that far back. I'm told there's been an inn on this spot nearly as long as there's been a town.
I must be going.
Right, so we've got a few people to talk to outside at stalls and stuffs. I seem to remember someone being up here.
Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Got my head in the clouds, I guess.
Gloomy clouds, I'd say. Is something troubling you?
Oh no, it's no trouble. Not really. It's more like, well, I'm in love.
I see. And who is it that you love?
It's Idona Bellflower, my childhood sweetheart. I always thought we were meant for each other, but her father doesn't like my prospects. He's arranging a match with the blacksmith, Elmund Brushwood.
And she agrees with this match?
That's just it. I'm not sure. I always told her how much I loved her when we were children. It was all a game back then. Then we got older and it got so much harder to say.
You should tell her how you feel before it's too late.
I want to tell her. I do. Look, this locket belonged to my mother. I want to give it to Idona as a token of my love. But the chain is broken, and Elmund the blacksmith is the only one in town who can fix it. If I take it to him, he's sure to suspect something and turn me away.
Why not let me take it to him?
Yes, that might work. Elmund would never suspect a stranger like you. There's one more thing. Idona's father. He keeps a careful eye on his daughter and won't give me a moment alone with her.
I will take her the locket and your words.
Wonderful! Just perfect. Take the locket to Elmund at the smithy across the street. Once it's repaired, bring it to Idona and tell her I love her, and that I'll do everything in my power to make her happy every day we are together.
Very well. I'll tell her.
And just one more thing. After you talk to her, could you come back and tell me what she said? One way or another, I have to know.
One way or the other.
Never fear. I will bring you her answer.
Right, I assume can we go upstairs? Yes, we can. No, we can't. It's not like the world's ending or anything. We've got time for this. Appledore. I didn't get his last name. Right, let's get out there and get busy. Cool, blimey. I'm using a PS4 controller on the PS3. Whether that's got anything to do with the sensitivity, I've got no idea. Might have to turn it down. Horses, or ponies as they might be, considering where we are. Press R3 to see where ally. Oh, right, okay. Travel to the Red Sea. Adalgar Oldbank.
Welcome. It's always good to see a ranger in my shop. Looking to buy or sell? I have some things that might interest you.
We are not in the Shire, yet you are a hobbit.
Why, of course I am. Bree is the oldest settlement of hobbits in the world, you know. And this is the only place you find hobbits and big folk living together. An arrangement that suits us both just fine.
Right, first look at an inventory style thing. Oh nice, shows you whether it's better or worse than what you've got on, of course. Although I don't think I've got a helmet on anywhere or hood. But as I remember rightly, you get a shed load of pickups in this game. Okay, right, so that's a wee shop there. We're looking for a smithy, who's over here.
Hello there. Ranger, are you? Let me guess. You've sprung some rivet or busted a blade out there roaming about the wild, and you need old Elmund to make it right again.
You recognize me as a ranger, do you? Then you must know some of my folk.
Know 'em? No, not really. You're kinda usually tight-lipped, like to keep your secrets and all. But I have dealt with a fellow named Adalgar now and again. Trades me work for tools and iron on occasion. He knows his way around an hammer and anvil, he does.
An hammer and an anvil? Here we go. Can you fix this locket?
I have a locket with a broken chain. Do you think you can repair it?
Let's see it. Looks like something might have been made in these parts. Maybe back in me old dad's day. Wouldn't expect one of your kind to have something like this. Where'd you come by?
You are correct. It is Bree work. I'm having it repaired as a favor to a friend.
I see. Well, it couldn't be simpler. I'll just add another link, and it won't cost you but a single silver penny. There you are. Good as new.
I thank you. Farewell, Smith.
Excellent. Right, this could be the dwarf we need to speak to about arming the place.
Well now, if you don't mind my saying so, you don't look much like a Breelander. Is there something I can do for you?
I have a favor to ask of you.
A favor? What sort of favor?
I would like you to bring a store of weapons to sell to the Bree folk.
You're pulling my beard. Weapons for these folk? They wouldn't know which end of the sword to hang on to. I might as well try selling shoes to hobbits.
They may have had no need of weapons in the past, but these are unsettling times. They must be able to defend themselves.
I'll not deny times are growing dark. There's trouble all around. But you'll never get these folks to believe it. Life's been too easy for them for too long.
Not everyone is blind to the growing threat. It was one of the townsmen who sent me to ask this of you. There are others who are worried as well.
It'll take more than a few sensible folk to make it worth my time. These people are simple and peace-loving. It's plowshares they want, not swords.
Don't let their past prevent them from preparing for their future. It would be wrong to leave them defenseless.
You're right, of course. Maybe it's not such a bad idea after all.
Hey.
At least I'd have no competition. All right, I'll do it.
Excellent. How long will it be before the arms arrive?
Some time, I'm afraid. It's a long trek to the Blue Mountains and back. Not to mention I'll have to convince my kin I've not lost my mind. Probably 3 months or more, I reckon.
What can you tell me about the Blue Mountains and your people?
The Blue Mountains are prosperous enough, although we find more iron than gold. We rely on iron working for our livelihood. That's why I'm here selling tools to the Breelanders.
I will let them know when to expect you. Safe travels, Grof.
Thank you, Grof, my friend. Right. Aha. There's a fine lady I think we need to speak to. Idona Bellflower.
Hello, is there something I can do for you?
I have something for you.
I have something for you. From Rowlie Appledore.
A gift? From Rowlie? But I thought that is he. I'm sorry, it's just so unexpected. What is this gift?
This locket. It was his mother's.
Oh, it's beautiful. But I don't understand. Why is he giving me this now?
He also wished me to convey his love for you.
Rowlie loves me? Still? We were so close when we were children, but I thought he had forgotten all that.
He seems quite sincere.
But this is wonderful news. Wonderful. Rowlie's always had my heart, always. The poor, simple, wonderful fool.
Your father will not share your feelings, it seems.
Leave my father to me. He may not be pleased with my decision, but I promise you he'll come round. He always does.
Well then, Rowlie is awaiting an answer.
Oh, please tell him I love him, and that we will find a way to be together always.
A welcome message, I'm sure. Goodbye, Idona.
Woohoo! I think we've got a level up here, people. I think it's from doing those quests. So they have been worthwhile. And I think, yeah, that's where we have to go main quest-wise, I think, top there. So go back to the pub. Or the inn, as it is. There seems not to be a sprint button. Right, so we've got the guy to tell about the weapons. Let's do him first. Oh, hello.
Did you speak with Grof? What did he say? Will he bring us weapons?
Yep.
I managed to convince him. You will have your arms.
Excellent. My only concern now is the time it will take. What if we need to defend the town before the dwarf-made goods arrive? Maybe you could help me with that as well.
Oh, aye.
How so?
I can tell by your gear that you are no stranger to a fight. If you should have occasion to, well, let's say, recover any weapons you don't need, bring them to me, and I will pay you for them.
I will bear that in mind. Farewell.
Lovely. So that's an ongoing quest, presumably.
You're back! Did you speak to Idona? What did she say? I'm dying to know.
It seems you have won her heart, Rowlie.
Wonderful, wonderful! I can't thank you enough, my friend. But wait, hang on. Oh, I completely forgot. Elmund must have charged you something for that repair. I owe you for that and for your trouble. Here, take what I have. I wish it could be more.
No, you keep it. I think you may need this more than I.
Well, if you're sure, thank you. I'm going to tell everyone how generous and kind you've been. Folks around here don't always trust rangers, but you'll always have at least one friend in Bree.
I hope you will both be happy. Good luck and goodbye, Rowlie.
Fare ye well. Come on now, dwarf. I only call you dwarf because I can't remember your name. Right, come ye now. Let's get to the main quest. Do I need to save this by me lonesome? I think it auto saves, doesn't it? Looks like. Aye. So there must be a map of some description, surely. Aha! Well, there's our inventory. Looks simple enough. It's amazing, I've remembered little of this game. I have no memory of this place. Oh, there you go, there's ranger maneuvers that we can learn. That's a point, I thought I had I'd have a skill point. Okay. We are still there. That one down at the bottom left must just mean level 1. Oh yeah, I see. And the yellow bar is how close we are to getting a level up, I think. Let's do it, people. Let's get some action going. Come on, team. Easy. The camera, it seems to spin alright for a bit and then it just goes woof. Crazy. What was that first thing that popped up there? Oh, gather your party. Gather your party to proceed through the door. I think it just means make sure everyone's together, sort of thing. And we're in Bree and we're going to Fornost. Seems reasonable. Let's get some looting on and some killing. Ah, hit L3 to put the camera thing back together. Of course, we don't. Try to remember what the view is now that we go when we get into the battle.
This is Fornost, yet I see no sign of the enemy.
These ruins could hide a large army. We might even now be under the gaze of unfriendly eyes.
Well, we came to provide a distraction for Aragorn, and what better way to do that than walking in the front door? Let's be about it.
Servants of darkness!
Have it. God's sake, how much? As an enemy is damaged, the critical strike meter builds. How do I use my bow? Ah, there we go. I do seem to recall smashing boxes, yeah, gets you coin.
Mind the archers!
That's closer to death than I care to be.
Ooh, Norbury chest scar, thank you. Seem to recall being able to pick up those mushrooms, but anyway, can't for a minute. Unless it's a mage thing, could be. They're still fighting away without me.
Rescue our companion! Quickly!
I think the other two are down, aren't they?
Take much more!
Thanks, my friend. I'm in your debt.
I don't know how to heal myself.
That was closer to death than I care to be.
Ah. Right. Nice! Proof that I haven't played this on the PS3.
They're still coming!
Why am I not getting near him? I'll do. Ooh, got to level up. So it does kind of force you to stick together as a team. Because those two went down because I went wandering off.
Servants of the enemy, beware!
Final blow, plus 5 XP, nice. So it does work on what moves you use and stuff. As to getting bonus XP and malarkeys. Finding these chests is vital as well, because just get some good kit out of them. Nice. Got a couple of pieces of kit now and some valuables. Oh, hello.
Now I'm getting
Double team.
You face a ranger now!
think they might all have gained a level. More chests. Oh, that's the gate that opened, isn't it? So that's the way we're probably meant to go. Just make sure we've picked up all the collectibles. Yeah, I think the mushrooms might well be a magic's thing. I think she can make healing potions and stuff. Unless it's a skill you acquire, of course. And then you can pick them up. Right, let's see what we've got in the way of our... Ooh, hello. Strength, dexterity. Well, we're using a bit of both, aren't we? Dexterity increases ranged weapons damage. High dexterity is required to equip certain powerful ranged weapons. Strength will be your sword, melee weapons, and then health. Will is the power rate at which you recover expended power. High will is required to equip certain rings and amulets. Alright, so it's not just for mages then, that. Well, we seem to be using the sword more than anything. You could end up a master of none, really, can you? We'll do bow next time around. Dual wielding and increases the damage done with them when equipped. Increases the damage of your ranger strike. That seems to be red though, isn't it? Increases your damage when wielding two-handed swords. I think yeah, it's a two-handed sword I've got on at the minute, I think. Increases the damage of your bow attacks and increases the speed of your reload to reload a bow. While evasion is active, unleash a surprise heavy attack against your target for bonus damage. Alright, evasion, ranger strike and heavy shot. Enables automatic health and power regeneration while evasion. Alright, okay. I need to decide what I'm doing with my weapons, people. The thing is, we could do two-handed. Damage of your ranger strike. Yeah. Alright. Oh, I see. We've got to unlock the top level first. Duh. Hold and release L2 and R1 to fire an arrow with greater power. R2 and triangle to perform a quick attack that strikes a single target for bonus damage. I'm trying to... I'm trying to remember how because the other two characters also leveled up. I suspect that they just do their own upgrades though. Doesn't seem to let me change their characters in here. You can give stuff to people. Eridan, yeah. There's no way of jumping characters that I can see. So we shall crack on. I'm going to assume that they can just do the auto level ups or whatever. Glowing footprints up here. What's that all about?
Looks like another ranger has hidden some supplies here.
Ah, ranger cache. Arrows and carrion picker's shortbow. That's a good point actually. We didn't do our inventory. We've got new stuff. Norbury chest guard. Doesn't seem to make it look any different, does it? How does he look exactly the same? Gloves. Oh, the gloves have got on. Maybe it's the same sort of light leather armour. Norbury chest guard. Yeah. Okay. It will change once we get some more stuff, I guess. Ah, right-handed weapon. Is that a shield? Oh, I see. Just put a dagger on because I've taken the sword off. Stick with that for now. We can actually put that in... Can we junk it? Doesn't look like it. Woody end shoulders. Lawmaster only. Oh, is that's for, yeah. So we'll give those to Andriel. Nice. So far so good. Ooh, another big chest. Yeah, just collectibles, isn't it? It's alright, it's all coin, people. Little git. Okay.
Is everyone unhurt? These ruins are not sound.
We must find
No
a way out
shit.
of these pits.
Out of these what, sorry? Oh, pits. Pits. Lots of lootables around here, people. Goblins. Have a look around first. Oh. Oh. In fact, I think, is it all blocked? Yes, it seems to be that we have to go through that. Goblins!
These goblins are small, but deadly all the same.
To battle!
Here they come. Nibbling away at my health. Trouble here. Nice. Adriel came to my rescue there. Put a shield around me. Final blow.
Won't last much longer.
I think the shield of light heals you as well. If you stand inside it. If I remember rightly.
Aid our friend!
Shit, where is he?
Come now, Wolf. They are so close.
She's got him.
I might be.
Andriel's got him. Getting the dome of light. Oh fuck, I'm in trouble there. I haven't got health.
That was too
lovely.
Comfort. You have my thanks.
God's sake, how many is there? Woo!
Now I'm getting mad.
Nice. Have a loot about now. Bit of luck. Get quite chaotic, the old fights at times, I think. Point of interest. Hunter's Buckler. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about block actually. I've got a block button on L1. Okay team, let's go up these steps over here. Chipped malachite. There's a big chest up there. Take a bit of that action. Ooh, got myself a hood. They might be for Andriel. No. Nice. Well, that's worse than what I'm wearing. Already got those on. Ooh, battle-worn Norbury bow. A lot better. Shield. Oh, who's that for? Battered Traveller's Great Club. Champion. Farin. Silver band. +1 stamina. Take a bit of that. Marvellous. It's a ranger's cache.
Ah, a hidden Dunedain cache.
Ooh, was ist das? Battle-worn Norbury Barbarian. Norbury Blade. No, Stephen. One-handed sword. Well, that could let me try out one-handed and a shield, just for the sake of argument. 23 to 37, 21 to 33, so it's not that much of a difference in damage anyway. Nice. Let's give that a whirl. Yep, can block now. Well, I could block before, but... give it a go, eh? Another sword. And a health potion. One-handed sword, same as the one I've got on in it. Yeah. Aye. Easy. Don't know where we came in. No, that's where we're meant to be going. Have we got everything, people? Certainly looks like it. It's possible I didn't get that cache down there, but I think we did.
What creature could be making those cries?
Hello. Big shiny chest. Ooh, Norbury Great Maze. That's for, ooh, that's for Farin. One-handed sword. But yeah, hunter short, so it's not as good as the one we've got on. No, what are you doing? Let's do this. Nice.
Servants of the enemy, beware!
Oh, finishing move galore there.
You best flee and value your life.
I think we've got to try and cut him free. Go on, bird, fly.
Face Idona now!
Woohoo!
To battle!
Clear the courtyard of enemies. Simple enough task. Go on, Farron, have it. Just leveled up. Shit, in trouble.
Oh, you're caught between a hammer and anvil now!
Oh, hello. Love that sound it makes when you get that hit in. Oh, head come right off. Oh, hello.
I thank you, friends. Without your timely arrival, my death would have been slow, but certain.
You can speak.
Why, of course. The great eagles of the north speak as well as any man. I am called Beleram. My home is in the Misty Mountains, and I serve Gwaihir, Lord of Eagles. Who is it I have to thank for my rescue?
I am Eridan, one of the Dunedain of the North, and my companions are Andriel and Farin.
Then I am indebted to you, Eridan of the Dunedain, and to your friends.
What brought you here to Fornost?
I often range far across the lands of the North, gathering news for Gwaihir, my lord. When I saw activity here in long-abandoned Fornost, I grew curious and flew lower to investigate.
What did you see?
Goblins and other foul folk are working within the ruins. They appear to be preparing for war, building siege engines and stockpiling arms.
Did you see any sign of the one who leads this force?
I saw a tall man, heavily armored. The goblins obeyed his commands. Who he is I cannot say, but he had an aura of menace, like one tainted by the shadow.
Agandar. It must be.
You know this man?
He is a servant of the Dark Lord. We must find him and destroy him if we are able.
I will assist you, but it will be perilous. The enemy has positioned war machines upon the inner wall. They limit my ability to fly freely.
If we could reach the top of the wall, we might be able to destroy the machines.
Beyond those doors, you will find a passage and stairs leading up to the wall.
The machines are certain to be heavily guarded. We have little chance of surprising the goblins with but one way to approach.
I will take to the air and draw their fire. If we are fortunate, that will allow you to gain the top of the wall unobserved.
Very well. Let's go.
Marvellous. Blimey, he vanished now, isn't he? It's interesting it doesn't keep the radial map up all the time. You just click R3 and it shows you the pointer and that's it. Which is quite nice. Right, we've got a level up. Ah, every time. So... Oh. Stamina's your health. And the rate at which you recover lost health as well. Well, that's interesting. High stamina is required to equip certain powerful armor pieces. Yeah, it's done quite well because you've got to really keep it all in some sort of balance. Let's get that up to two figures. Might be worth doing the two. Getting the health up. Alright, so the health itself doesn't go up massively, but it's the regen is on it as well, isn't it? Goes, the max is 121 at the minute. That goes up to 126. So it's going up by 5 each time. Oh, that's will, that's why. Ah. Hell with it. We'll do the next level up, we'll do some health stuff. Let's get our damage up on the bow and the strength. And the swords. Increase the damage of your ranger strike. I haven't actually used ranger strike, have I? To be fair, I need to start using that. Increases your damage when wielding two-handed swords. Increases, allows you to do dual-handed. Doesn't really do anything for sword and shield though, does it? Press R2 and square to attack enemies all around with both weapons. Ah, right. We're quite fancy in the dual wielding. We've got 2 one-handed swords as well. Let's do it. And then we can move to that one and do an all-round attack. That said, I think you can actually get them all in the end. I don't think you just because I've picked that doesn't mean I have to stay with it. Not using block that much anyway. The shield was quite cool though when he sliced their heads off with it and stuff. What does each level do? Unlocks dual wielding of one-handed weapons and increases the damage done with them equipped. So I guess the damage just goes up each time then, does it? Because you only get that extra damage boost with Ranger Strike, and that's double-handed sword, so... yeah, there isn't anything for sword and shield. It's a bit weird. While blocking, press L1 and triangle to rush ahead. Alright, let's do it. If I do that, this reduces the cooldown times of active skills. Rush ahead, striking targets for bonus damage. Grants a bonus of armor based on your current dexterity. That's good. Your armor will go up every time you put your dexterity up then. Each killing blow grants a temporary strength bonus. Okay. We didn't go with dual wielded, we'll stick with this for now. Quite liking the look of it. Didn't really get a big chest this time, did I? I've noticed anyway. Mind you, we didn't really look around that area properly. It's quite nice, you can't accidentally stumble into an area because you have to force it to... oh yeah, it's a shop. I forgot about that. You get in-area shops. Of course, we could hang on to the weapons and give them to the other dude who wants us to collect them for him. Hang on a minute, that shield's better than the one I've got on. It's not as nice though. Looks a bit ugly as feck. Not found any keks or boots yet, have we? What are these here? Oh, right, these are the valuables I think I can sell. Sell unessential. Nice. Just do it in a one-up. 957 now. Got some boots though. Very good. I'm not sure at what point it saves it, actually. It must do the symbol every time we come out, does it? Oh, it saves there when I went up to it. Yeah, it must just save automatically when you touch stuff like that. Well, there you are, folks. That'll do for the first part, I think. We're well over the hour mark there. I thoroughly enjoyed that. I remember loving this game when it first came out, and I played it to death on the 360. And then I bought it for the PS3, but I think the reason I didn't play it on the PS3 at the time was because I didn't feel the controller worked as well with it on the PS3, and hence I'm now playing it on the PS3 with a PS4 controller, which is much nicer. But the only thing I've struggled with a little bit is once you get halfway around that camera spin, the camera spins really quick, so I've just had to sort of adapt to that. But I forgot how much fun the battle system was. It's really good. And there's some cracking areas in it. You end up in Elrond and everything, like Rivendell and all that. Rivendell, I should say. The home of the elves. And I think you see a bit of Liv Tyler and everything as well kicking around. I think the one thing I noticed was that the voice acting didn't seem to be from the people from the films, but they've used the facial features of the people from the films, as you'll see when you get the why am I forgetting her name in the actual thing, but when you see Liv Tyler's character. So there you are. It has been an honour and a privilege serving for you in War in the North, Lord of the Rings War in the North, and I shall see you on the next part, folks. Take it easy. Bye.